सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं तेरे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं. सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम्. Good morning. Namaste. Namaskaram. Namaskaram. Good. I'm good. Okay, we'll start. Om Sadashivasamārambhāṃ Shankarācārya-madhyamāṃ Asmadācārya-paryantām Vande Guru-paramparaṃ Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya-kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnur, Gurur Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Graditam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullara Patra Netra येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोपला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला. अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैः रणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः. पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थखण्डोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं हरिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं. यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः. ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्दन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 7th chapter. I always request those who can keep their video on, please keep their video on. If it is not possible, please leave it off. It's okay. but it is very nice to watch the faces, you know. Okay, so we are in the 7th chapter. We completed up to the 10th verse. The audio clear? Audio clear, Manish? Okay, okay, right. So 10th verse was Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhimatam asmi tejas tejasvinam aham. So Bhagavan continues 11th verse. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshabha. One second. Yeah. Balam balavatam asmi. Bharatarshabha, Arjuna, balavatam, among strong men, balavatam, kamaraga vivarjidam balam cha, aham. See, balavatam, among strong men, I am the strength. Okay, that is what it says. I am the strength. What strength? The strength which is kamaraga vivarjitam balam. Okay, it is not the strength to fight. It is not the strength to increase the karma vasana or the phalam attachment towards the money and objects, etc. Not that balam. Kama raga vivarjitam balam. So very clear it is. Kama raga vivarjitam, strength to carry out swadharma. The strength to carry out swadharmam without getting attached to the result of the nothing in me, nothing for me. Okay, that sort of swadharmam that we do, it's nothing for me. That kama raga vivarjitam balam cha ahamasmi. I am that. I am that. Bhagavan says. So bhuteshu. Next one. Bhuteshu, in all jivas, dharma viruddha, dharma viruddha, okay, dharma viruddha kamaha asmi, aham asmi. What is that? Dharma viruddha kamaha asmi, aham asmi. That is, what is dharma viruddham? Dharma viruddha means which is not against the dharma, which is not against the dharma, where among the bhutas, among all jivas, okay, among all jivas, dharma aviruddham, which is not against the dharma, that kamam, that desire, ahamasmi. What is dharmam? If you remember in the introduction, the first class, we discussed about what is dharmam. Dharmam is that which takes you towards Atma Sakshatkaram. Okay? That is what is dharma. Everything else is not dharma. Even the good things that you do, okay? Even the good things that we do, if that has got a doership in us, it will not take us towards the Brahman. See, this point we have to be very clear. Okay? So this is not a Dharma Shastram. We are discussing Moksha Shastram. We should remember that. This is Moksha Shastram. Bhagavad Gita is not a Dharma Shastra. It is a Moksha Shastram. So here Dharma means that which takes you towards the Atma Sakshatkaram, knowing the self. What is my true nature? If that leads you towards the Atma Sakshatkaram, that Dharma, against this Dharma, any Kama is not accepted. So, Dharma Aviruddha Kama, that which takes you towards the Brahman, that Kama is me. Ahamasmi. So we have to understand it very clearly. It is not that okay, among Bhuteshu, Dharma Viruddha Kamaha, I am the desires of all that. Not like that. The desires which does not go against the scriptures. Against the scriptures. Scriptures here means Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutram, etc., which does not go against Bhagavatam, anything you take. So these are the scriptures. So any action that goes against dharma, against the Atma Sakshatkaram, that one against the Atma Sakshatkaram, no, which takes you towards the Atma Sakshatkaram, those desires, Ahamasmi, I am that Kama. What is Karma Yogam? We know. Karma Yogam is without having any desire or without having any attachment towards the phalam, carrying out our duties, and wherever we are, whether it is a housewife or an office going or a doctor or engineer or whatever, IT guy, any job, wherever, whatever we are doing, in that all the actions, see, we all come to this world with with agenda. We are fixed agenda, we are come here. This is I will attain. That is why this body we have embodied like that. So when this embodied entity does karma, when this karma, when it is done as an offering to God, right? As Ishvara Buddhi, Ishvara Puja, if it is done, who is Ishvara? Everything around us is Ishvara only. All the other anything that we see here is Bhagavan Swarupam, it is. So in that, inside, okay, not outside. You don't have to tell everyone that you are Bhagavan like that. But inside our heart, it should be very clear. We should be very clear that everything that we are experiencing is Bhagavan only. So in that aspect, in that angle, when we do all our karma, that is the Karma Yogam, then the strength, there is strength for the above to do the Swadharmam. So to carry out this Swadharmam, that Swadharmam, I mean that strength is me. That is what is Bhagavan says, that Balam, which is Kama Raga. What is Kama and Raga? That is me and mine. That is the Kama and Raga. Raga means attachment. Attachment means mine, me. This is my wife. This is my children. Everyone else, no, it's not me. So the other, the attitude of split, okay, that will cause dukkham definitely. There is no doubt about it. How do you know? With our own experience. So the when we do all our karmas, it should be towards the vasana kshayam. That is the vasana kshayam. The karma vasana should reduce and reduce and reduce. That is the only goal of doing karma, right? That is the karma yogam. When we do this karma as karma yogam, vasana kshayam happens. Vasana kshayam will lead to atma sakshatkaram. Okay, right. We'll move to the 12th verse. ये चैव सात्विका भावा राजसास्तामसाश्च ये मत्त एवेति तान् विद्धि न त्वहं तेषु ते मयि. One more time. ये चैव सात्विका भावा राजसास्तामसाश्च ये मत्त एवेति तान् विद्धि न त्वेहं तेषु ते मयि. Yecha eva, those which bhavas here means we can take it as entities or moods, okay, moods, the various kinds of moods we have, that also, and the entities means all that you see here. Yecha eva satvika bhavaha rajasaha tamasaha cha e. That is Sattvika. Sattvika bhava means Sattva guna pradhana bhava. Sattva guna pradhanam. Then Rajo guna pradhanam. Then Tamo guna pradhanam. So all the entities which is Sattva guna pradhanam or Rajo guna pradhanam. Why I am saying guna pradhanam means that's the most prominent. The other two are also there, but it will not be so prominent as the sattva. So that is why sattva guna pradhanam. Sattva guna, raj. See, all the entities here, everyone is a combination of these three gunas. Sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. All that manifestations here, all manifestations, everything is made of these three gunas. Sattva gunam, rajo gunam, and tamo gunam. Only the percentage varies. So when the percentage varies, the individuality comes out. The personality, we call it. All the personalities are the combination of these three. Sattva, rajas, tamo gunaha. Then tan. Okay, now this is the beauty. Tan, all of these, matta eva, they are born out of me. Okay, they are born out of me. Iti vidhi, know this. Aham tu nateshu. I am not in them. I am not, Bhagavan says, I am not in them. Who is this Bhagavan? Paramatma, consciousness. Never forget the bodham, right? Consciousness, bodham. That consciousness says, I am not in them. They are in me. See, they are in me. Matta eva. They are born out of me. Iti vidhi. Aham tu nateshu. I am not in them. Consciousness is not there in them. They are the manifestations, but they are in me. Because they arise in me. When they arise in me, they are in me, but I am not in them. How do you understand this? Okay, first we will see what is this sattva, rajas, tamo, gunasa. See, we said that moods, that when we said moods, suppose you have a nice book, you have got a very nice book which you have bought, a very, say, Bhagavad Gita or some book which you wanted to read, and then the nice book is there on your table, but you don't feel like reading it. You don't feel like reading it. It's there, you are seeing it, but you don't feeling. That is tamo guna. That is tamo guna. Okay. And then the goodness, okay, mode of goodness and purity, that is sattva gunam. Purity of heart. Want to do a lot of good things towards everyone around without expecting any result for myself. I want to do good. A lot of good things he does. That is sattva gunam. Okay, that is sattva gunam. Rajo gunam is mode of activity and passion. When you do a lot of things with a lot of passion, and that is rajo gunam. Okay, but there is the kartrutvam is there. I am doing it, and let it be for the others or for myself, doesn't matter. Even if it is for me, but still there is a doership is there. I am doing it, I will do it, and it takes the leadership, leadership, and then does this and does that, and then feels proud about it. That is not bad. Okay, don't think it is bad, but that is rajo gunam. Understand it very clearly. That is rajo gunam. Sattva gunam is good, doing a lot of good things. Okay, like teaching profession, generally called passing the knowledge to others, etc. Right? That is sattva gunam. Then rajo gunam. Then the tamo gunam. Tamo gunam is inertia. Okay, we call it in the modern terms couch potatoes. Don't want to do anything. Okay, sitting always somewhere there, not doing anything. But moham is never gone. The illusion has not gone. Okay, the illusion means I want to become that, I want to become this. All that is there. All the desires are inside, but will not do anything towards that goal. But one who starts getting up from the chair, starts doing it, it's Rajoguna. Then understanding it very clearly that these things are not going to give me any happiness. And one who starts walking towards home, towards the self, that is, you can call it as Sattva Guna. So, these are the three: Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunaha. Right? Then what Bhagavan says? All these came out of me. See, you can imagine the waves in an ocean. All the waves and the bubbles, right? The bubbles and the waves which arise in an ocean, They arise in an ocean, but they are in the ocean, right? The waves are in the ocean. So these sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, they arise in an ocean. Similarly, they are in the ocean. The waves are in the ocean. The ocean is not in the wave. Correct? The ocean is not in the wave. Similarly, Bhagavan is the consciousness is not there in these sattva rajas tamo gunas, but sattva rajas tamo gunas arise in me. They arise in me because of that they are in me. Okay, I am not in them. That is what Bhagavan says, that iti vidhi aham tu na teshu. I am not in them, te mayi. They are in me. Similarly, see, what are this sattva rajas tamo gunas? The moment when we get up from our deep sleep, imagine when we get up from our deep sleep, in our consciousness, the first thing arises is that I factor. I, when it comes I, then you see that the time that the mind starts, right? The mind, the time, everything starts. Then the sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, all these three gunas comes into picture. So these three gunas arises in consciousness. Whereas in deep sleep, we merge with Atman. Right? There is no other entity there. The Atma experiences Atma. Nothing else in deep sleep. We'll discuss about this. What is this Amritattva? We'll discuss a little bit. Okay, please listen very carefully here. What is this immortality which we are talking about? One, if you analyze your deep sleep, okay, please listen carefully. If you analyze your deep sleep, what is there in deep sleep? In deep sleep, there is no mind. There is no notion of mind. If the mind was there in deep sleep, we would not be sleeping actually. Because of the problems of this world and other things, we will not be sleeping. So it is a clear indication that there is no notion of mind. Then there is no notion of this body also. Because the sleep is same for you, me, and the animals or the plants, all that sleep is same. There is no difference. One second, sorry. So, in deep sleep, there is no notion of mind, there is no notion of this body. Then, actually, when there is no notion of mind and body, we call it sleep. We call it sleep. We name it as sleep. When there is no mind and body, we call it as sleep. There is no notion of body and mind. We have named it as sleep. So in deep sleep, in Sushupti, there is no mind and the body. But you are there. You experienced a bliss. Right? I'm talking very slowly so that you can understand it, think about it. In deep sleep, you have no notion of body and mind, but you experienced a bliss state. This experience of this bliss state, we tell after we wake up from sleep. This deep sleep, we experience this, in waking state, we remember it from our memory. From our memory, we say that we had a blissful sleep. We were very happy, right? So that means we were happy when there was no mind and there was no notion of mind and body. We experienced a blissful state. That much we understand now in waking state. Okay. Now, when see this thought of we had a very blissful sleep or blissful state, we had a blissful time in our deep sleep, we had a blissful state in our deep sleep, we take out from our memory. Okay, from our memory. So in the memory during our waking state, in our waking state, we remember that we had a blissful time in deep sleep. That is, so that means in the absence of a mind and a body, we were alive. Okay, we were alive in our deep sleep when there is no notion of body and mind. Here there may be a question. In our deep sleep, we had prana. Think about it. We had prana. We have been breathing. We were breathing in our deep sleep. In deep sleep, when we were breathing, it is because of that we say we are alive. It's wrong. It's wrong. That we can know. We will prove it now only. In waking state, okay, in waking state, when suppose you are walking on the road, okay, your mind is somewhere else. Okay, your mind is somewhere else. Somebody crosses you, whom you know, but you miss him. Then he comes and pats on your back and says, "Hey, where are you? You are not in this world, it seems. You did not see me." So then you know that when your mind is not there, you missed him. Correct? So that means it is not because of prana that you missed him. It is because of the mind. Got it? It is because of the mind that you missed him. So if there is no mind in the waking state, if there is no mind in the waking state, you are likely to miss. But here, it is not because of prana. That is the point. Okay? Whereas in deep sleep, never think that it is because of the prana is there. That is the reason why you had a blissful state. Or you are remembering that. No. In waking state, we are trying to remember our deep sleep state. We are remembering. That is because of prana and mind is active. Not in the absence of this mind, not in the deep sleep, in the absence of mind and body, we had a blissful state. Okay, think about this. Think about this. That means in the absence of mind and body, we are alive. Okay, this is the immortality. What was there in our deep sleep is just consciousness. Then what about this prana? Prana is there because the shelf life of this body has not completed. When the shelf life of this body is over, prana will go. That's all. But you are alive. We are alive. Each one of us are alive at all times. In other words, every sleep that we go is a small death, or the so-called death is a long sleep. Okay, this is a clear pointer. The analysis of this deep sleep is a clear pointer that there is no death. There is no such thing called death. This is our anubhavam. We are talking about actual anubhavam, is it not? Then how do we say it is eternal? Eternal means there is infinity or whatever you call it. This is now, please listen this carefully, this point. In the deep sleep, if you sleep for 2 minutes or if you sleep for 8 hours, during the time of sleep, are you aware of the time? In waking state, now we started the class at say 11 o'clock. Now the time is 11:30. We are aware that time is okay. We know that okay, the time is moving. We are seeing the clock. Even if we don't see the clock, we see the sun. Actually, the clocks are made to move as per the rising of the sun. Right? That is why we have a different clocks in different various places. In Gulf, it is something else. In US, the clock is different. It is not that all the clocks are put at some one point. No, every clock they move as per they want. Daylight saving, they say they will move 1 hour here, 1 hour there, as per the sun. So what I am trying to say here is, in waking state, we are aware of the time that is moving now. Why? Because of the mind. Because of the mind. In deep sleep, if we sleep for 2 minutes, we are not aware that okay, 1 minute has passed so far and another 1 minute we have passed, or 1 hour we have completed sleep. We are not aware, right? So that which was alive during the time of deep sleep, there is no notion of time. If you are sleeping for 8 hours, also same. If you sleep for say 2 minutes, it is the same. Only when we wake up from the sleep, we see the watch and then we say 8 hours and we slept, or 2 minutes we slept, or half an hour we slept. So the time notion is the production of the mind in waking state. That is why consciousness is eternal. There is najayate mriyadeva kadachit nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuyaha ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Now we read it, that one, it will be more clear. That consciousness, which is what you are, tattvamasi, which is me, aham brahmasmi, is that consciousness which is always alive, whether we die, we sleep, or we in the waking state, we walk, we dream, whatever we do, we are always that only. This is the immortality which the Vedas or the Upanishads are telling us. Okay, coming back to our point. So when the mind arises in Brahman or in consciousness, all these three, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, they arise like the bubbles or waves in an ocean. And what Bhagavan says, they are in me, I am not in them. Okay. Then what happens is that it covers the three gunas, When these three arise, what will happen is it covers the Brahman. This Paramatma, this consciousness, it covers when this arises. When these three gunas arise, it covers the Brahman. See, it is like, suppose you take a piece of black cloth and keep it around your eyes, just above your eyes. You can't see the whole world, right? It is like that. So these three gunas arise and then it covers the Brahman. Whereas the Brahman itself is huge. How huge it is, we have no idea. We have no idea. That is why Purusha Suktam clearly says, Pado osya vishwa bhutani tripadasya amritan divi. This whole universe, which consists of this multiverses, this, that, all that which appears in Brahman is only 1/4. Padosya. All these Buddhas is only 1/4. Tripadasya Amritam Divi. 3/4 is still remains as unmanifested. Unmanifested. So that is the enormity of this consciousness, which is what? You, me, all that. There is only one consciousness. Ekameva Advitiyam. That is what? Only one is there. That is why Ishavasya Upanishad says, Ishavasya Midam Sarvam. Right? That only one is there. There is nothing, no two. And that one is you, me, all that. Right? So that is that immortality. Know the truth that you are that. That is the whole crux of Vedanta. We'll move to the 13th verse. Tribhir gunamayer bhavaihi yebhis sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabhijanati mamebhyah paramavyayam. Yebhihi tribihi. These three sattva, rajas, tamo gunaha. These three gunas, gunamayehi bhavaihi. They are the entities of gunas, mohitam, deluded by idam sarvam jagat. All this world, all bhutas here, all entities in this world, every one of us, all the plants, animals, everything, okay, they are deluded. They are deluded by these three gunas. Already we explained these three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. It is because of these three gunas the split happened. Okay, the split. You are different, I am different, somebody else is different, right? The plants are different, the animals looks different. All these differences in our form, okay, the way we appear, you appear, me appear, and something else appears. All these differences is all because of this three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunaha, deluded. And all the jivas, they are deluded by these three gunas, the gunas of prakriti. Okay, this world, they do not know me. They don't know me. Why? Because of mohitam nabhijanati. Because they are deluded, because of that reason, they don't know me, who am above them. I am above them. Above them means I am immutable. I am only one and only one. But because of that delusion, right, as they appear differently, and the delusion comes into the minds, our minds, right? The delusion. What is the delusion? You are different, I am different, all that. Whereas, see, even the human being, okay, even the human being, what is the difference between a human being and another animal? Just look, just by looking at, we have given a name as human being, is it not, to that form? We named it. All that, the names that we have given, say my name is, say, Raju. How have my Raju came? Is it that I came with the Raju name? No. When I was born, this body is born, then somebody gave it as a name. Similarly, everything in this universe which did not have a name or this thing, somebody gave a name and then it went to our memories and then we reproduce it. See, always we discuss about this, 6 blind men went to see an elephant. Each one was holding, some was holding the trunk, some was holding the legs. So according to their interpretation or according to their experience, they said the elephant's is like a broom, okay, or it is like a stamba, like a pillar. Somebody said it is like a carpet, etc. Why? Because whatever being experienced or perceived by the sense organs, we see that, suppose I am seeing someone, I perceive with my sense organs. I see that, okay, this person is so and so. We take it from the memory and then we give it a name, animal or tree, right? Tree or animal or something else. Like that, we give it a name which is taken from the memory. But actually speaking, it is just the experience only. Just the experience, touch experience, smell experience, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandham. These five just experiences. Only when the experiences are being named, right? Experiences are being named, it starts likes and dislikes. Whereas we have to give it as just experience. Leave it there. The moment we take from our memory, say like coffee, you you have a coffee, immediately we say this coffee is not as good as the other one, or this coffee is super. Based on what? Based on some previous memory. Okay, this is small example. So like that, you go deeper and deeper and deeper. We understand that all that is just leave it as experience, right? This also we discussed in our last class. Who gives existence to these objects? Who gives existence? The consciousness gives existence to that. The consciousness in me means the consciousness here. Okay, this consciousness gives existence to this body first. This consciousness gives existence to this body first, and through the sense organs, it gives existence to something outside. If there is no consciousness, there is no matter. Think about it. If there is no consciousness, there is no matter. So, all that matter which appears in consciousness has to be consciousness only, originally. Only because of the perception, because of the sensual experiences, we give it a name and form and divide. So, all that objects which is in our vision, looking, smelling, tasting, all that is nothing but just consciousness alone. This has to be intellectually understood and clarified first, and then apply it in our day-to-day life. Okay. So, what Bhagavan says is that all the objects of this universe do not know me. They don't know me. Because of this sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, they deluded by these gunas, they think differently, it gets split into various, and this Veda Buddhi causes raga and dvesha. This Veda Buddhi causes raga and dvesha, which leads to dukkham. This is the process. Very simple. Whereas this moham, this delusion can be corrected. This can be corrected by understanding the scriptures in the right way. Earlier only Bhagavan said, Mattah paradaram nanyat kinjit asti dhananjaya. There is nothing other than me. What Bhagavan means is this. The consciousness is what is giving existence to this body first. Okay, even the andar bahisya, etc., inside out and all, inside outside, andar bahisya tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha, right? Narayana, Mahanarayana becomes Narayana Suttam. So this andar bahisya notion also is because of the delusion of this body, right? It is because of the delusion that this body, that is the reason. This body is the one which is causing this difference, the split. So, all that is seen is drishyam, including this body. That is why I always say this body belongs to this world. The world means along with the objects, this body also. That is the world. Okay. Yeah, I covered. We'll move to the next verse, 14th verse. We'll spend some time there. Yeah. 14th. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Before we move, this is about Maya. Okay. What is Maya? Actually, it is easy to understand Brahman rather than Maya. Because Maya is anirvachaniya. You can't define Maya. It is better to know Shivam rather than Shakti. See, in Yoga Vasishtam, there is a story. Okay, we'll do some story. In between this, a lot of Siddhantam, a lot of other things. We will just talk about a story. Okay, this is the Gadhi Vrittanda Kathanam in Yoga Vasishtam. Gadhi Vrittanda Kathanam. The story is there was a Brahmana, okay, a Brahmin. His name is Gadhi. His name was Gadhi. So he was doing a lot of tapas, etc. So he wanted, after some desire, he wanted to know something, and he did the tapas standing in water for 8 months. After 8 months, he was contemplating doing tapas on Mahavishnu, and after 8 months, Mahavishnu came in front of him and asked him, "What do you want, my child? I will give you whatever boon you want." So Gandhi said, "I want to know what is this Maya. I want to know what is this Maya." Bhagavan said, "Yes, you will know Maya." And Bhagavan disappeared. Mahavishnu disappeared. And then one day he went back and he was doing his normal routines and all. And then he was standing in water. Suddenly he found himself dead. He saw that he is dead in a house. He is very young, and his wife is crying, his mother is crying, and everyone is crying. And his mother is kissing his cheeks, young cheeks. All that he saw. And then this guy, Gadhi, who died, he was born in a house of a Chandala. Okay? In a land, Huna, by name Huna land. In Huna land, he was born as a Chandala, very nice boy, very healthy, hefty. He was born and then he started growing, and at the very good age, he got married also, and he was named as Kadanchaka. His name is Kadanchaka. Okay, in the Huna land, his name was Kadanchaka. He gets married. He had lots of children also, and then he became older. He became old. Then there was a drought. Drought came, and then people were started dying here and there without water, food, etc. Everyone was dying, and this Kadanjaga he started wandering. He wandered. He left the place because everyone died. So he was wandering and wandering, and he comes to a kingdom called Kira Mandala. Okay, he comes to a place called Kira Mandala. In this Kira Mandalam, they were looking for a king. The king had died over there, and they were looking for a king. So there the procedure was, there will be an elephant, and the elephant will have a garland. Okay, so elephant will have garland, or the elephant will come and then put the garland and pull him up on his shoulder, the elephant. So the elephant was walking here and there, and suddenly the elephant saw this guy, Kadanchaga, immediately put the garland on his shoulder, on his neck, and lifted him, put him on his shoulder. Everybody clapped, and then they decided that Kadanchaga is going to be the king. Kadanchaga of the Kiramandalam, the kingdom Kiramandalam. He was crowned as the king, and they put him a name as Gavala. His name is Gavalaha. Okay, he became a king, and for 8 years he ruled the kingdom. Everything was going perfect, and then one fine day he removed all his the kiridam and other the Raja Chinnams, etc., all the symbols and all he had removed, and then he was just walking on his garden or something. Then suddenly he heard some chandalas. Okay, they were making some music and all. Then he peeped, he looked outside, and then one of the guys, they recognized him. He came running to him, and then he said, "Hey, Kadanjaga," not Gavala, Kadanjaga, because his name is originally Kadanjaga, right? Kadanjaga, we were looking for you. Where were you for so many years? We were looking for you all over the place and all that. Then they were discussing and all. This was overheard by the queens and other people in the kingdom. When they heard this, they knew that the king they thought is a Chandala. He is a Chandala. So this is a worst thing that can happen to this country. And there is no other way. There is no prayaschitam for this. What can we do and all that? They all put a big fire, and then they jumped inside the fire only. Suicide. Everybody suicided. This guy, okay, he also, this Gavala also felt very bad. He also entered into the fire. Then suddenly Gadi, don't forget, is the Gadi. He opened his eyes. Oh my God, this was all dreaming, standing in water. He was dreaming all this. And then he said, he realized that it is all the Chitta Brahmam, it's all the dreams only. There is no reality in all this. Thinking about God, Bhagavan, etc. And then he came back to his home, and then on austerity he was spending his time. Then one fine day, a guest came, and a guest was very old. Yeah, in the meantime, then all the ladies, they entered the fire. All the gents, they went to Kashi. Okay, they went to, all the men folk, they went to Kashi to do a yagam called what is that? They did a Chandrayan Vratam. They did Chandrayana Vratam. Okay, so all the men folk, they went to Kashi, and then they did the Chandrayana Vratam. Okay, so that I missed that point. Okay, so this guest came. So when this guest came, so this Brahmana Gadi gave him food and all that, and asked him, "Where are you coming from?" etc. He said, "I am coming from Kashi. I had gone there to do Chandrayana Vrata." And then he told about all the things that has happened. That they in that the country, one Chandala came, and then he was garlanded, he was crowned, and then he did the 8 years. Then later they found that it was a Chandala, it was not a king, and then all the ladies entered into the fire, and then we all went to Chandrayana. This Gadi was shocked. This is my dream. This is the dream which I saw. But now this Atithi, this Brahmana is telling that this has happened. So he left all his job and they went along with him. He wanted to see whether there is a place called Kiramandalam, whether there is a place called Huna land, etc. He went to Kashi. From there, he went to Kiramandalam. He found that Kiramandalam he saw. He went to Huna land. He found the Chandala's house also. The house is there. Kiramandalam, the kingdom was there. The people have entered. All the stories, everything was true. Then he was totally shocked. Then he did tapas again. And then Mahavishnu came again. And Bhagavan said, Viprapratyadi chittastham na bahistham kadachana swapna brahma padartheshu sarvairevanubhuyate. Hey Brahmana, Gadi, Bhumi, etc. All this Bhumi, all this, the whole thing that you look outside as so huge, this Bhumi, etc. Bhumi, sun, etc. It is all in your chittam. Okay? It is in your mind only. Vipra pratyadi chittastham. It is all is in your mind. Okay? Na bahistam kadachana. There was nothing outside. Swapna brahma padartheshu. Swapna, in the dream, whatever you saw and whatever you see in not in the dream. See the Kiramandalam, the Huna land, the Chandala, the Gavala, etc. that you saw in the dream was no different from what you are seeing in your waking state. This is the message from the story. What he saw as a waking state, he thought that this is real, and what he saw in the dream was unreal. Whereas Bhagavan said, Swapna Brahma Padartheshu, that is in your dream what you saw and in your waking state what you saw, both are Brahma only. Sarvairevanubhuyate. All these objects are similar experience only. Indirectly, the story tells is that this waking world is as unreal as a dream. This is the story. And what makes it real? What makes it real is the Shakti of Maya. That is the Maya Shakti. And Maya Shakti is how much powerful it is. See, the Shakti Karyam we know only when we see the fire is there. How much power the fire has? Only when it burns everything. It burns the forest, it burns the houses. Then we know that, oh my God, this fire has got so much Shakti. So like that, this Maya Shakti's power we see outside, that it produces so huge Brahmandam. So you can imagine the Shakti of this Maya. This is the Maya Shakti. But how to cross this? You cannot cross. You can only transcend Maya. Who Tarantite? We'll discuss this in next class. Tarantite, Maya Metam, Tarantite, Mameva ye prapadyante. Okay. Mameva ye prapadyante. Prapatti. What is prapatti? Prapatti is Sharanagati. Right? Sharanagati. Total surrender. Surrender to the consciousness. Total surrender to this consciousness. That is the only way to cross the Maya. We'll discuss this 14th verse again next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu.